real straight killerville, dog.
The way you reach for me in the heart of the night, the things I feel for you, I can't say just right. If it's all I'll ever do, I live my love for you.
Yo, hold on a second. What's good? What's good? We are back live from Fayettenam. Another live from Fayettenam Friday. Got Mr. J on the phone. Let's see what's going on. Jay, what's up?
Yeah, man, it's logo. We're trying to get it up. Get into the studio here.
Okay. You coming though?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, waiting on Mr. J. That's a weird start. Look like it's just me. Trillanoyx Trax is working. We'll be doing live music reviews tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. We might start moving those to 6 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to start moving the music reviews to Sundays in probably August. We got a special guest coming on here soon. I hope Mr. J gets on here before the guest gets on here and whatnot. Don't look like a lot of people tune in right now. I got my Dizzle. It's the Dizzle red bottom, as you can see. And I guess they call it red bottom because it makes the bottom of my lips turn red. See if Mr. J gets things connected and whatnot. So waiting on Mr. J. Got Punchline for punching words coming on here soon as well from the Lyricist Lounge, Volume 1. He posted in the Reddit, what's your opinion of punching words decipher? We got a few comments in here. Love this double album, great song. Fun fact, Punch does a verse on another song on this album that he used in his freestyle, which I'm gonna ask him about. Classic to say the least. Went to LA show back in the 90s. Slick Rick was the headliner. Eminem performed and was basically an unknown back then. Dang, what happened to these guys? Does anybody know? The hook was growing on me. The album changed my life. And I think they're talking about the Lyricist Lounge. Where's Mr. J at? Mr. J, damn, like, so can't really debate a topic and discuss a topic and nobody to discuss it with. I guess I'll just talk about me and Mr. J were talking about the Ice Spice losing like 20 something million listeners. Now he said followers, but it wasn't really followers, it was listeners. And that's why I was kind of, a little confused. Like normally somebody don't get a lot of followers that quick and then lose them that quick unless they take a political stance on something that really like pisses people off on one side of the political spectrum. But it was actually listeners. And you think about it, she got about 15 million monthly listeners now. She lost about 35 million, I think they said. So now she went from 50 million to 15 million, which is kind of right. Like people fail to realize she blew up really fast off of like only 2 songs, and now it's kind of leveling out. Because you look at a cat like Eminem, he getting 80 million listeners on Spotify per month, and that's typically what a cat like him probably should be getting. And she's no Eminem, and she's no Nicki Minaj. She's not even a Cardi B. Cardi B is the only female rapper that's on 2 diamond singles, if I'm not mistaken. She has a diamond single, and she was on another diamond single. What's going on, Mr. J, man? Like, I don't know if he need me to send the link again or whatnot. So let me send this dude the link again. Here's the link again, yo. Because if Punch comes on before he does, then I'm gonna have to interview Punch and whatnot. And you know what? While we at it, let me get into a quick Dizzle break before while we waiting on him to try to come in.
That Dizzle ain't no joke, got me addicted, ain't no coke. Let's just have a toast. Anybody want some small? Cause it's up. I be Dizzled up. Catch me sipping with my double cup. Can't just have one, you gotta double up. You pour it, gotta watch it bubble up. I ain't gon' lie, I cannot get enough. What Callie said, I need another one. Gon' have you coming back for more, but go get it while it's hot. Before it be sold out in your stores. That Dizzle.
Yeah, that's right. I really mean it. You could Dizzle too. Dizzle is a premium luxury liqueur mixed with agave, tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. So you Dizzle on ice, and it's nice. If you want to order your very own bottle or bottles, go to dizzlebrand.com. They also got the Dizzle brand merch. And of course, we got the Dizzle brand cans now. Dizzle, this is the red bottom right here. And few sips, and I'm already feeling good. I'm already feeling good. What's up with Mr. J, man? Like, yo, am I gonna get stuck? Like, don't tell me to be stuck doing this myself all night, man. I mean, damn, if I knew I was gonna be stuck doing this all night by myself, I would get into some music reviews right now. Which you know, got some of the music reviews actually right here. Mr. J, where you at? Shouts out to Trillanoyx Trax. We'll be on tomorrow clowning it up with the music reviews, of course, like we always do. Like we always do about this time. Let me call this dude, see what's going on, man. Gotta call him like it's Joe Budden. Like it's the Joe Budden's podcast or whatnot. You know what? We're gonna get somebody on the damn phone. I know that much. Your call has been forwarded to. Oh man. Nobody picking up. $13 minutes into this bitch and ain't nobody here. What's going on? Everybody quit. I don't see Punch pop in yet. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Where is Mr. J at? Where could he be? Let's call him again, man. What's going on here, man? Man. Oh, yeah. Where the hell is Mr. J at, man? This is crazy. It's supposed to be me, Mr. J, and Punchline, and I'm the only one here. Of course, I'm the only one here. I mean, I produce the whole damn show every week. As you see, my lips already turning red from the red bottom. Red bottom got my lips turning red already. I guess that's why they call it red bottom. Well, let me get on my Reddit, check out some shit. So you got on the what's your opinion of the new Eminem song titled Houdini? We got about 387,000 views total in a month. Oh, and who do we got here?
All right.
Welcome, Mr. J. Man, I'm 15 minutes in here talking to myself, man. What's going on?
It's a lot of technical difficulties going on.
We got John Jones tuning in. John Jones, you should have picked up the phone when I called, man, when I was on the podcast by myself, man. I was going to do the little Joe Buttons plug you in and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we live. You know what's crazy, man? I think somebody trying to trademark the Paul Pickett podcast. And you know what? Even if they do, it's like I'm just gonna change it to another name and still podcast. Like if they really think they're gonna shut me down and stop me, you know, that's crazy. Any word from Punch?
No, and with this setup I got, I can't even try to get in contact with him. So, you know, we're just gonna have to reschedule whenever he comes back on. We'll try to see what's going on.
You sent him the link though, right?
Yeah, everything was supposed to be good to go.
Okay. Well, what was the you had some topics you wanted to discuss? I hope it ain't the Will Smith performance still, man, because man, I'm gonna let you take away with that one first. I got my opinions on that.
I really wanted to try to get into that, but let's just go into basically the overall BET Awards. You know, it really just kind of looked like a high-priced strip show. You know what I mean? The best performance was at the end of the night with YG Marley and, you know, his mother, Lauryn Hill, and she brought Wyclef out. So they did some Fuji's joints at the end. You know what I mean? That was probably the best performance of the night. Besides for maybe Tyler or somebody like that. But, you know, those are R&B. But looking at the hip hop side, it really kind of looked like, you know, same type of stripper rap. Nobody different, nothing new on the horizon. And it's just, you know, it's a shame for, you know, a situation like that. I guess we'll have to wait for the actual hip hop awards to see if we get some actual real, you know, lyricism or at least some more diverse performances where people are actually, you know, on there and they're actually performing something different besides just, you know, basically looking like a strip show.
I hate to say this, maybe because I got some dizzle in me. Isn't it like kind of ironic how the black entertainment company like is like the least diverse right now?
Well, I mean,
you get what I'm saying? Like there's no diversity in BET Music Awards and BET in general anymore. It's just like whatever's popping is popping and that's it. We don't really like nobody really cares about the music anymore anywhere. It's just like, yo, what's popular, what's popping? You know, it's like I see people getting upset about the Sexy Red didn't win the award over that other chick. Like, and so I saw the comments like, yo, we're comparing a hood star to an international star. And that's generally what you're doing. That's generally what you're doing. Yeah. Like, Sexy Red, like, let's think about this. Sexy Red did not get popping. Like, people could say, hey, she got popping because of the music. No, she got popping because of one thing she said in the music. That's it. My booty hole's brown. She did not get popping based off of the music. She got popping off of shock
controversy.
Factor. You know, and that's the thing. We're expecting it to be any different. We're expecting her to sell out a music tour when she didn't make it off of the music. She made it off of one line she said in the music. And it wasn't like yo, did you hear that bar she spit? Yo, run that back. No, it was just like, oh man, booty hole Brown. Okay,
And that's what we're going.
that's a
That's
first. That's a first. That's a first.
like, that's so surprising. I mean, Tyler is an artist, a full-on artist. She's a personality that says stuff over beats. And, she may make it as a personality until her 15 minutes runs out. But other than that, there's nothing else to be said.
And this is one thing I do know about hip hop. The artists that attract the most white fan base are usually the most successful. I don't know that. Like, that's the thing. Like, how much white fan base you think she's really attracting?
I don't know. I couldn't quantify that at all. And at this point, the way she's presenting herself, I don't know if you want that type of fan base. Because, I mean, I'm just saying, she looked like a clown. Like, you don't look like anybody who's presentable or representable, because you're not presenting yourself in a way that is going to last the test of time.
She's not really sexy. If it was the music reviews on Saturday, she'd be like maybe an okay, an A, but you wouldn't get a yay. You wouldn't get a yay. Even like with Ice, I'll talk about Ice Spice before you got on here. Like, she actually lost. It was listeners she lost, not followers. That's why I was kind of confused. Like, nobody gains that many followers and loses them that quick.
Well, that's what I meant. It's like followers.
So, but when you think about it, it's just really her leveling out, because she got so big so fast off of 2 songs. And now it's leveling out to where, like, this is typically how many people are probably paying her attention, 15 million at most. And a lot of that still has to do with her looks and her celebrity, and things of that nature. I think old boy is totally right, man. Schoolboy Q, like, these artists nowadays, we got to stop acting like they didn't make it off of, like, content creating, social media impact anyways. They didn't really make it off of just the music in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe so, like maybe like a Nicki did, or a Cardi B. I mean, Cardi B to me made it off of the music, solely off of the music, man. That first, I don't think you could deny the first single at all. And just the money that they put into the video, and they made her look a lot bigger than she was, and the song became as big as she is, because it's the only female rap song to go diamond, if I'm not mistaken. It's Cardi B's joint.
And she basically knows how to make songs. She knows how to make songs. She's not just talking about one specific thing, but at least, you know how to stretch it out. She knows how to accentuate her personality, so she actually has some depth to her. There's something else to talk about. There's something else to talk about when you talk about her. So it's not just one. It's not one. She's not a one-trick pony.
And back to the BET thing. I mean, BET. Like, I just think, like, what are we expecting here? We expected, like, more than the Grammys? Because I'm not. Like, I don't even watch BET Awards.
I think we're expecting.
It's like watching the Grammys, man. It's like.
Well, the problem is that if you're expressing things about culture and about, expanding things beyond just the music to get people activated in other ways in the community, in art, it should be way more than the Grammys. The Grammys are just, we're doing what the recording industry is doing. We're echoing whatever the recording industry is echoing.
I mean, if we're just going off of urban music culture right now, I mean, nah, we shouldn't expect more, man. I mean, as much as I love hip hop, it's the trashiest genre on the planet right now, man. With the content, the lyrical content is trash. Most of the deliveries are trash. The authenticity is trash. The production most of it is trash. I mean, there's nothing really good to say. I mean, like, we're sitting here talking about today the news. What was it? Kendrick got more views than the Eminem video. Like both of those songs are fucking annoying as fuck to me. Like what is going on here with like yeah, Eminem and Kendrick. I mean, they're they're up here, but it's like they can't even do no wrong. They could just put out anything and it gets put on this pedestal of like it's the greatest music ever, only because we're in this time of the least greatest music ever.
Yeah, I mean it's clean water. Well, I just had this discussion with my brother. It's clean water, a drop of clean water when you've had a whole cup of dirty water. You know what I mean? And
Damn,
people are
I mean
like,
that
well,
sucks, yo. It's like okay, but damn, because the Kendrick song, I don't care what anybody says, they not like us. That shit is annoying, man. That shit is annoying as fuck. And it's like, how is this the most played song like damn near ever on Spotify? It's one of the most annoying songs ever, but it's just like people are so sick and tired of all that same repetitive bullshit that these songs that I don't even consider good at all are considered great right now, man. It's crazy.
yeah, I mean the reality is that song in particular is it's an earworm. So, it's gonna keep, stretching out and stretching out and stretching out. And
Can't
I
stand it.
mean, and the of course, the tweens, the Gen Zs are already sick of it. They were sick of it a week after. But I mean, and in a proper context, that's how long a song's supposed to last. That's how long songs did last. That's how long songs should be lasting. You should be able to eat off a song for almost a year. You know what I'm saying? All this microwave nonsense has really shortened the lives of artists. It's shortened the lives of the culture. It's shortened the lives of artistry because people are just ready for the next thing 5 minutes after the last thing came out.
Is it just that, or is it also partially the content? Because the content is shorter now too. Period. Like songs are shorter. The TikTok 30-second or less thing, or 60-second or less, actually is really like the standard now. I mean, if you try to upload a reel that's like over 60 seconds, like it won't even get. They won't even push it out.
Well, because they're trying to condition people. You know what I mean? Condition people, make people have short attention spans. You thought people had ADD before. They're really going to have ADD. You know,
And that's why we're forced to clip up these long podcasts because it's almost impossible to get a bunch of people to tune in for a long podcast unless you just got this super duper celebrity name that everybody's clamoring for, or you just the most entertaining motherfucker ever. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's got to tune in. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the content is shorter, the songs are shorter, the attention spans are shorter. You even got Diamond D talking about chopping up a 30-song album into 3 EPs, or 20-something song album into 3 EPs.
yeah, I mean, that's insane. I mean, you shouldn't have to really compromise your art. I mean, if you have a conceptual album that goes together from track 1 to track 30, and every piece fits together, and it's part of a bigger picture, you should be able to put that bigger picture out. You shouldn't have to spoon feed people stuff like they're babies. You almost have to blend it down to to Gerber sized bites so they can digest it.
Well, not even just because of that. Also, because if you don't have the marketing budget to or the fan base to get plays on all those songs, they're gonna demonetize your music, which is a whole nother fuck.
Yeah, it's just nonsense. It's like the complete deconstruction of a whole system.
I blame. You know what though? I blame the artist, and I'm gonna tell you why I blame the artist. a lot of artists like me and you and all these other artists, we're not even signed to record labels. I never will get signed to a record label. I don't want to get signed to a record label. Too old. I gave up trying to make it a long time ago. But knowing that, like, why the hell would I let the major labels dictate how I release my music and how I value my music? And that's the thing. Like, my song, like, is way better than Eminem's last song. I don't care what anybody says. So why would I let anybody dictate the value of my music when I actually made a song that I feel like is better than Marshall for the first time in my life? You know what I'm saying? And it could be timing because like he's just putting out any old bullshit, and I'm more conscious about the production. That's the thing. For me, it's all about production first and foremost, you know. And I think that's where a lot of these cats just go wrong still, man. The production is like, even like the old schoolers, man. When I listen to some of these comeback records, I get what you're saying. Yes, it's better than the shit we hearing nowadays, but it's still not up to par of who they are. If that makes any sense. Now, did you hear J. Rue the Damages his third album?
No, I don't think I heard that one.
Go back and listen to that. Go back and listen to Wrath of the Math and then listen to the third album. It's like, I love J. Rue. We still want to interview him on the show, but why would you even put that product out, man? When you come from this Wrath of the Math, great ass. Because I mean, his first album was dope, second album was dope, and then the third, yeah, you didn't have Premier Production. But, you know, like, sometimes, man, you don't put shit out just because you love to make music, man. Sometimes, like, you gotta be careful of damaging your brand, you know what I'm saying, and your name. Like, I look at rappers like boxers. Like, if you're gonna go out with a bang. Don't come back out, man, just because it's been 20 years and just give me some old bullshit just because you got your names behind it. That ain't gonna work for me. That's like Ghostface last album. I heard like first part of the album was straight, and then you get to the second part, and it's like, I don't know. What did we say about Busta Rhymes last album?
Yeah, it was just kind of it wasn't as good as the one before it.
It puts chinks in your armor, man, and it kind of like tarnishes your legacy. Like when you've this whole time you've been smooth selling, and then all of a sudden you drop this shit, and it's like, you know, some people think they could just put it out just because of their name, but like I mean, we're gonna keep calling this art, man. You can't just put out art just because your name's behind it and think everybody's gonna be, oh yeah, it's Pablo Picasso. Every Pablo Picasso doesn't have the same value.
Yeah, and I think a lot of what's happened is certain cats trying to keep up. You know what I mean? You don't need to keep up. You know where your lane is. Stick to your lane. Run your race. If you're looking at certain production from certain people, it's got to be on par or at least in the same vein of the stuff you've done before. You can stretch out a little bit. I think, every artist should stretch out a little bit. But if it's the difference between stretching out and jumping out the window. So, you got to be able to really assess, what you're doing and how you're doing it. I think for the most part, the albums I've come across of some of the cats that have put out some material, like the Dog Pound, Snoop's got a new joint with Premier. Nas did another joint with Premier. There's a couple other albums, what I'm saying, that came out where I feel like, they did amazing work. Some emojis really kind of came out and showed off and showed out, when it comes to skill and production and knowing how to actually put a full project together. You're not just doing like some of these other cats are doing and just continually throwing singles up against the wall to try to see what sticks.
But this is a problem I have with that. Even though I love Premiere, too much Premiere nowadays is too repetitive too. It's Premiere's sound nowadays. It's really repetitive compared to maybe like the Moment of Truth album or something like that, where it was a lot of variety and diversity through that. But like I would never go to Premiere to do a whole album. That's the thing. Maybe back in the days, but nowadays I'd rather have like a Pete Rock. Somebody I think that you're not gonna be able to tell he did every single beat on there, and every beat's gonna kind of change up a little bit more. I'd rather have a Timbaland, a Swiss Beats. As much as I love Premier, I just think his stuff is too repetitive nowadays. And we complain about repetitive sounds in hip hop. And just one whole album of Premier is just, I think, too much nowadays.
Well,
I think it's too repetitive.
I think it just kind of depends on who's on it and how it's done.
It's still gonna be
Pete
too
Rock
repetitive.
definitely. That Pete Rock in Common, that's another album that's definitely dope. So
I haven't heard the whole thing, but I'm not even big on. That's the thing. I'm not big on the single. Like people think sometimes just cause somebody put something out, just cause they're Common and Pete Rock, like everybody's supposed to just buy into it, man. Just cause, man, for hip hop, man. I mean, you still got to put out a good quality product, man. You still got to put out an album that I think, like, you look at a cat like Killer Mike, man. I mean, he just still puts out a great quality album that fits with the times, that almost wins a Grammy. Did he win a Grammy? Didn't he win a Grammy last time?
Yep, he won a Grammy. Yep.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I think he's a perfect example of it's not necessarily a young man's game. Like I've always said, it's a young man's game of getting on, it's an old man's game of staying on.
Yeah.
And I see everybody's dropping albums, LL, Rakim, but I don't think they're all gonna be all that great and all that good just because they're all dropping albums, man. Like you still gotta have good production, you still gotta fit with the times, you still don't want to put out an outdated sound. I mean, I know Rakim's producing most of his album, which he's also got Anno Domini doing like deals where you can get a Rakim beat and a feature. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I saw. I don't know how I feel about that.
What up, Christopher Porterfield? Appreciate you tuning in. You say you don't know how you feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that either.
I mean, and they had some other deals with some other rappers that passed. Like, I've done some stuff with Anno Domini. I've done a track on my last album with Anno Domini. But I got the beat package before it, or the last beat package they had on there, and it just, the sounds just didn't sound as crisp. The features didn't sound as crisp as I wanted, and it didn't seem like it was as many features or as many different things in that package as the previous one. So,
yeah, I wouldn't want to pay for a feature through a third party company without going like through the artist management directly or something.
Yeah, and then it kind of depends on the artist too, because you're not going to want to do a more recent artist, because off the rip, the labels are automatically going to block it unless you already got a name and some motion or whatever. They're automatically going to try to take your head off for whatever publishing or whatever else, just because they want a bigger slice of the pie. So they're trying to squeeze every dollar out of these newer artists or more recent artists. So just got to. It depends on who it is and how they do it. Like I said, I've done a few features with different people, and it's basically mainly been directly with them. I think Anno Domini is the only one I've done with from other people or whatever. and there'll probably be a lot of more features and stuff. You know,
And not to
necessarily.
mention that feature is probably not going to be exclusive feature. It's probably going to be leased over and over again. I wouldn't be surprised. Like the beats are leased over and over again.
Yeah, and that's another issue. I kind of ran into that with a couple of joints that I did, and you know, having dealing with certain producers, and they lease the beat to 15 different people, and you like, well, you know, it's like who can get it to the market first. I think it's more a little bit more exclusive with artists, with certain artists and certain features, because you know certain people just don't have the savvy, or they don't have the marketing, or they don't have, you know, I guess the motivation, because they may just, you know, record the song and then sit it on the shelf, and or try to put it out, and you know they don't know how to put it out correctly, so you know it's just a loss on their end. But it just kind of depends on how people operate as to if any of that has any effect, and if you can even use it on your projects.
So, did you want to chat about that Will Smith performance at all? You have something you want to say about that?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought that you know, his subject matter is kind of interesting, especially after coming back out, having this run, you know, this big run with the Bad Boys movie doing so well. I guess trying to kind of rehabilitate himself. So it was an interesting choice on his part to be, you know, associated with kind of a really, I guess, an inspirational song with Kurt Franklin and all that. I just thought, you know, once again, the performance didn't match whatever the track was supposed to be.
Yeah, I thought he was so offbeat. I mean, it looked amazing with the fire and stuff. This is the thing. Will was already like got more money, like some of the biggest box office movies ever. I think he's got the first platinum rap single ever. You know, I mean, you know, it's crazy how you could go like it's like Buster again. We're back on the Buster Rhymes. You could just smooth sell through your whole career, and one fucking thing, man, could just put chinks in your armor, man. And it's like, yeah, Bad Boy. I mean, is selling because Bad Boy, the brand Bad Boy sells, but he did some other movies that didn't do too well after that. And I still think there's always going to be people that look at Will funny, man. Like this is one of those moments where it's a head scratcher. You know, it's like you defended a woman who's belittled you in front of the whole world. And ever since this, like, we knew about Will Smith, like, sexual dirt. I've heard the rumors before, but now they're like, this kind of like reignited him to come back out. Cause you know what? Like I posted about, I guess it was had to do with the JJ Redick thing. Where I posted, it's like, you know, if people can't find dirt in your present,
Yeah,
they
it
got to
was
go
pretty
digging
bad.
so far in the past. You know, it's like this the chick that says, "Hey, he called me the N word at Duke." Yeah, I heard JJ Redick also tell a story where some old lady that was a Tar Heel fan said, "Hey, JJ Redick, fuck you." So it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, damn, man. We always gotta go. We're in this times now where we gotta go digging as far back as we can dig till we can find some dirt. Like same thing with Joe Rogan. It's all Joe Rogan did it, said the N-word. I mean, I hate to tell y'all, Earth to black people, every white person on the planet said the N-word once or twice in their fucking life. Earth to black people. They've all out of frustration or whatever, man. How many? I guarantee, damn near every black person has said the word honky or cracker once in their lifetime. Like, let's pump the fucking brakes here, man. Let's pump the fucking brakes here. Like, every black person in the planet is said use the word honky or cracker or something once in their fucking life. Man, fuck that cracker, man. Or honky or white bread or fuck it. Charlemagne the God uses mayonnaise mammal on fucking the radio station all the fucking time, man. Let's pump the fucking brakes here, man. Yes, JJ Redick has said the N word. Did he say it to the black chick? I wouldn't be shocked, man, to be honest with you, man, because he lied about Bronny James. He lied about Bronny, yo. He totally lied about Bronny. He said Bronny earned his spot in the NBA, man. I would throw this dizzle up in the fucking roof and get red bottom all over the fucking ceiling right now, man. He earned it. If you just lie about blatant shit like that, man, JJ Redick probably did call that black girl the N-word, man. He probably did. At first, I was sitting like, nah, man, this is some bullshit. But after hearing him lie about Bronny like he did, man, he probably did that shit. He did that shit. But that's what they do. They got to go digging in the past, man, because everybody's done something in the past, man. I mean, you go digging everybody's past. I mean, Mr. J, I can go digging in your past. I'll find something. You know what I found out too? You've been rocking with me since Unheard Radio.
Yeah.
You remember Unheard Radio?
Yeah, I do.
I actually came on to that, and it was originally a rock station at first. And when I came on, the guy wanted to start a hip hop channel, and I basically came on and started running the hip hop channel. And then Unheard Radio kind of fizzled out, and that's when I started Indie Castle Radio and whatnot. But I was going through the Unheard Radio email database, and I saw your email in there. I was like, damn, Mr. J been rocking with me since Unheard Radio days. I mean, that's at least 15 years ago, man.
Yeah, well, sending some, some of my solo
Yeah,
stuff
you were sending
from the
some music or
Empire,
something back then. Yeah, you were sending
Empire
music
stuff.
back then to Unheard Radio hip hop channel and
We
whatnot.
did a couple. Well, it was Urban Obsessions, I guess. We did a
That
couple
Urban
interviews.
Obsessions Radio. Did you do an interview on there?
Yeah, did an interview. Yeah.
You did an interview with me on Urban Obsessions Radio?
Yep.
I think I kind of remember that. And that's when I was in
Trevor got there.
That was on Podomatic. That's when I was doing it on Podomatic back in the days. And that's when I interviewed MC Light, Guru, Milk D. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, back then we was interviewing big people. And I forgot I interviewed you because I remember the Empire thing. You know, I remember you kind of promoting Super Heavy back then and whatnot. And there being like a whole group. What happened to your group?
All right, we're still doing it. Like I said, we're getting ready to try to do a group thing on the documentary. So,
Ain't you got a white boy in the group?
Yeah. Speak No E.
Yeah.
We are the world of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? White, black, Mexican, Latino. So, you know what I'm saying? We were the Rainbow Coalition of hip hop.
What is Brian Minton talking about? I seen a comment. His wife looked like the last Airbender. Who's he talking about? Who's he talking about?
Who's it?
Ryan Minton talking about his wife looked like the last Airbender. Who is we talking about that had a wife that looked like the last Airbender?
No, I don't remember.
Yo, the roast of Ryan Minton was brutal too. How the hell I get roasted? I get called a wigger in front of the whole damn club. He's like, the wigger showed up tonight. What up, Paul? I was like, oh shit. And all I could do is throw my hands up and shit. And he's like, yeah, you the only motherfucker that loves local hip hop in Fayetteville. I actually hate local hip hop in Fayetteville. I don't even want to interview another local rapper to save my fucking life if we could. John Jones, what's up with you, John Jones? Going MIA, looking like your dad, looking like his dad in that picture, man. Yeah, I ain't like the Will Smith performance, man. I ain't really like it, man. I think Will Smith, like, he don't gotta perform. He just gotta let just what they say, time heals all wounds. That shit is right.
Well, he's gonna. I
I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's ever gonna work for Donald Trump, but time heals all wounds.
I don't know if it's gonna work for Tony Rock or Chris Rock. He's got to have a real conversation with them, or he's just gonna have to let them punch him in the face one good time, and then they'll chill out.
Chris Rock was a straight professional about it, though, man.
Yeah, he got all the jokes out. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was gonna get his licks back. He already knew he was gonna get his lick back. That's
There's
why
no way, no how I could have let Will Smith smack the shit out of me and walk off like that.
He wouldn't have made it off the stage. It would have been
There's
grand.
No way.
Y'all would have got to roll the credits. Roll the credits. Because this show was over. Because he wouldn't have made it 2 steps. I'd have been tackling him down them stairs.
Is it safe to say, man, everybody has this moment where they forget. I guess he forgot where he was at.
He snapped because, his wife was sitting there, egging him on. If you ever been in a relationship and you see your significant other give you this face and you don't get up and do nothing, you're going to have to handle it in the car because she's going to give you the business when you get in that car. It's either handle it then or handle it later. If he was smart, he probably would have handled it later and then let the chips fall where they may. But because he's in this weird space where he was trying to, I guess, patch it up and trying to figure out, what was going on, he let her, gas him up. And after the fact, nobody shows this part of the video. After the fact, after he slapped Chris, she's sitting there laughing. I'm like,
it wasn't worth it though, man. It was like, yo, the chick. This was after the August Alsina shit. Like, I don't know, man. I know they say love makes you do some strange things. That's one of those moments when love makes you do some fucking strange things. Because, I mean, if I'm in his shoes after the August Alsina shit, I mean, which your fucking son introduced you to August Alsina, and then you fucking have an affair with him and shit, and then I'm supposed to defend you on fucking national TV? Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Not at all. I mean, and I think he kind of did it because there were rumors of him and old girl who was in the Suicide was it the Suicide Squad movie?
What? Who? You talking about Margie?
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Oh, yeah, so there was rumors of them. I mean, if you're gonna fucking cheat on your wife with somebody, that's who you cheat on your wife with right there. Cause when she was in fucking The Wolf of Wall Street, and she was over there like had her legs open and you couldn't even see, I could already like, damn, that's gotta be probably one of the prettiest pussies on the fucking planet right there, yo. I'm telling you, yo, ever since she was in that movie, I was just like, damn. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna cheat on your wife, that's when you cheat. Yeah, hell yeah. That's a snow bunny you cheat with right there.
And they had been in 2 movies, so
were they in 2 movies together? They did 2 movies together, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts.
And then all of a sudden, he didn't want to come back.
Once we do 2 movies, all of a sudden we in my trailer. We in my trailer. And
clapping them chicken cutlets.
Clapping them cheeks. Clapping them nobody cheeks. Shouts
yeah,
out to Jones and Ryan Minton. Hold up, he was cheating. He was cheating on his wife with dudes. Yeah, that too, Ryan. Because they said, what was my man from above the rim? They said he was hitting it above the rim too. Apparently,
I think they said that
Dwayne
after
Martin.
they knew. I think they said that after they knew he was with old girl. They were trying to make him look dirty.
I don't spill red bottom.
Party foul.
Oh, we gotta call it a show. All right, hold up. That's what happens when you let the Jones and Ryan Minton take over the show. You start spilling red bottom all over yourself. I got red bottom all over the wall here. Look like blood. It looks like blood all over the wall.
It's like a Michael Jackson album, Blood on the Dance Floor.
Yeah, like this is all Will needs to do is just come out with a really good movie. That's all he need to do. That's all I've always said that. You just gotta come out with a really good movie, man.
I mean, he did another joint. Before that, he did that Icon remix was kind of dope. I think he did a remix. I think he did do a remix with Jonah Lucas too. I think he was on that Will remix.
He was,
Jonah Lucas.
And that was like my favorite Jonah Lucas track too.
And then was just some other joint he was doing was kind of like a reggaeton joint or something like that. But
I mean, he was in a movie called Hancock. Ryan Minton talking about he was in a movie called Hancock. That says it all. Which a lot of people didn't like that shit because they was like, he was a black Superman, but he was drunk as shit and he was a fuck up and shit in the beginning.
That was my favorite part.
It was acting subliminal. Yeah, I thought it was funny when the kid was like, Hancock, bad guys. He's like, what, boy? He's like, yo, I'm gonna stay. He's like, if you don't move, your head is gonna go up his ass. Damn, my hand is red as shit.
Wow.
From red bottom. Tell you, man, they call that shit red bottom. That should make it lip red. That joint was dope. And he did some joint in Spanish. When did he do a joint in Spanish? We got Trillanoyx Trax tuning in. What up, Trillanoyx Trax? Late like a date. We got the music reviews tomorrow at 5 p.m. I think we're gonna start moving them bitches back to like 6 p.m. And then we're gonna be moving them into Sundays come August. So yeah, we'll just gotta make a banger movie. That's all, man. You put out a dope movie. It's like I couldn't stand what's my man Jake Gyllenhaal. I couldn't stand him forever, man. And he did that movie, the Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, and I was like, yo, that shit is fucking amazing, man. About time. Amazing movie, Jake Gyllenhaal. And then what did he get after that? He gets the fucking Roadhouse. He don't put out Guy Ritchie's Covenant. He ain't getting the fucking Roadhouse doing the remake of Patrick Swayze, which I don't know if they should have did that though.
Yeah, I don't know.
John Jones said peace Trill. Yeah, so I mean, if you put out a good movie, people will forget about all that other bullshit, man. But like, just a great movie. But I ain't gonna lie, Will ain't put out a lot of great movies of late.
I think he did that one where he was like a cop, or they had aliens and he was a cop when his partner was alien or something like that. I didn't watch
Ryan Minton talking about Brokeback Mountain 2 with Jake Gyllenhaal and Will Smith.
Wow.
Which had with Jake Gyllenhaal was in part one, if I'm not mistaken, with what's my man from that played the Joker?
Oh, Lord, I forgot the man's name.
Damn, what is his name? He played in The Patriot too, which is my fucking movie. What's that boy's name? What is his name? Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jones. You're second too late. Second too late, Jones. Heath Ledger. Yeah.
I ain't never
Brokeback
watched
Mountain 2 with Jake Gyllenhaal. I never watched part 1, so
that.
I sure as hell ain't watching
watched that
part
movie.
2.
Y'all can have it. I'm good on
That's
that.
crazy. That's crazy. The roaster fucking what is this? The roaster Will Smith?
I don't know if he'd do that. I don't know if he's there yet.
Would you let motherfuckers roast you?
I don't know, man. It had to be for a cause. Couldn't just be for nothing. It had to be for a cause.
Boy, like a charity?
Yeah, something like that. Have to figure out a good cause.
I mean, I would. I mean, Ryan Minton did. I mean, I gotta admit, like, it was the most packed I've seen a White Rabbit, man. So apparently it works. You know, apparently it works. I mean, and I got no. That's the thing. I got roasted at the roast, so that shit works. I'm just sitting there minding my business in the back, sitting on the little bench, and then all of a sudden I get roasted. I'm like, shit, you know, free promotion, bitches. Damn, so we're gonna have to reschedule Punchline. Do we got anybody coming on tomorrow? We don't got nobody coming on tomorrow, do we?
No, not tomorrow. Next week is Kid Called Quest.
And we got Kid Called Quest next week. Yep, Friday, right?
Week. Yep.
I need to reach back out to Little Dap and see. Go ahead and set up that Little Dap interview. One of the bums sent us some music to review, so he should be ready for that interview. And I got to reach back out to Pace One too. He should be ready for that interview. I think he just said it's hit on streaming platforms.
I hit him up. We got him locked in for the 9th on.
The 9th?
9th of August. We got him locked in.
Pace One, bitches.
So we got Prasmatic on the 19th of July. Bishop Omega.
Oh, he said Prasmatic? I thought it was Drasmatic.
Excuse me, Drasmatic.
Yeah.
And Bishop Omega on the 26th of July. Mr. Servon from No Limit on August 2nd. We got Pace One.
Oh man, damn, I forgot. Yeah, I gotta make the Mr. Servon. I gotta make the Mr. Servon flyer. Yeah, we got John Jones. Yes, I got Carter Wigger at the White Rabbit. Yes, we got Pace One, Word Outsiders. Yeah, I forgot Mr. Servon, No Limit, man. Yeah, and we'll get Punchline back on here, man. Like every time we've had to reschedule, we've been able to reschedule, except for the one time that we got catfished for an interview.
It happens.
And it happens. But you know what's crazy? We're gonna get that fucking interview before he fucking dies. He's the only one remaining member left.
We got the lady I'm trying to network with right now who's doing she's doing the JJ Fad documentary. She's trying to network with him too. So that could be our way in to try to, network with these other folks and get them on.
And you know what, man? Thanks to a good friend, Chris Roker. I think I'm about to try to hit up Ice when he gets back off of this tour and see if we can get this interview, man.
That's what's
up. I don't know if you've seen. I know you've seen the timeline. Ice-T been showing some love. He out there touring with what's the group? What's his group called?
His group's called Body Count.
Body Count. You see them fucking shows, yo? They got.
I've seen some clips, and sometimes when like his daughter comes out on stage and stuff like that, which is cool. So,
Mr. Servon has an awesome track with Brother Lynch Hung. Yes, Ryan Minton, and I'm glad you said that. I got to follow up with Brother Lynch Hung. I've been wanting to interview him so fucking bad, man. I don't know why. I never really listened to his music like that, but his fucking name makes me want to interview him. Nah, for real, because I just wanna find out. Damn, man, I had questions for Punch and everything, man. So
Now you can save them. You'll be ready to go.
damn, I did some we did a Reddit and found out they had did you know Punch had a freestyle with 50 Cent, Consequence, Nori and him?
No.
And I was sitting there watching it and I was like, Nori should have been in this shit. Nori in the freestyle. Jones said, I got questions too. Yeah, I got questions too, Jones. We're gonna have to reschedule though.
But like I said, we got Cooley High on August 16th.
Cooley High, dope music. Check them out. Cooley High.
Minnesota for Money
We
Boss
got
Players.
Minnesota
We
coming
got
on
that
for Money Boss Players still. Yes.
August 30th. And then we into September. Ben Malik. He's done some major production for some underground cats. And he's coming on September. In September. So we're starting to try to fill up these dates and get these folks on here and spread the word. And as always, I'm still rocking out my documentary.
And Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I'm bringing on one of our clients off of Promo Palace, Jay Cobb, as well before the music reviews. And there was a couple other cats I needed to try to book up as well. But yeah, that Cooley High, man, they got some dope. And also, I want to try to get Livio Harris on here soon because he's the one who founded Adina Howard and all that. So, and then we could probably try to get Adina after that. And then I know his cousin, she got the movies, the Hollywood Hearts movie, and the other movie. I want to try to interview her soon as well. I don't know if you've seen, I've been promoting the Hollywood Hearts movie and the movie called The Couples Therapy. That's Tangi B More movies. They used to be on like BET back in around 2015, 2016. And they just put them on Tubi recently because everybody's going crazy with this Tubi craze and whatnot. And we need to look at other places to put to get live from Fayettenam at soon and whatnot. And whoever's trying to trademark the Paul Pickett podcast, whoever's trying to trademark the Paul Pickett podcast, I must really be threatening y'all motherfuckers. I must really be a fucking threat that somebody got to try to go out here and trademark Paul Pickett podcast. But once you do trademark this shit, all I'm going to do is change the name and I'm still going to fucking keep podcasting. If you think you're going to stop me, you're going to shut me down, it's not going to fucking happen unless you're going to fucking kill me, man. And if you try to fucking come and kill me, I hate to tell you motherfuckers, I got a 12 gauge. I'll turn your bitch asses to Swiss cheese. It ain't gonna happen. So yeah, they out here trying to. That's the thing. I won't be surprised if somebody out here trying to trademark the Live from Fayettenam name. But even if you do that, yeah, I'm gonna talk my ish. Jones. Even if you do that, motherfuckers, I'm just gonna change the fucking name and still fucking keep podcasting. Unless you put me in the fucking grave, you ain't gonna fucking stop me.
Hey man, jump on it before they do. That's all I can say. You got evidence. You got it before you got it before them.
Man, trademarks are expensive. Sierra Mist just lost their trademark, right?
Well, yeah, that's why they changed to a crappy story. I don't care nothing about no story anyway.
I ain't care nothing about no Sierra Mist. But like that's the thing. Like even they lost their trademark and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you think you're gonna put me out of business, you ain't gonna put me out of business unless you're gonna put me in the grave. And y'all motherfuckers ain't brave enough to come try to put me in the grave. I know that much. Y'all some bitch ass motherfuckers. That's what y'all is. I'll bare knuckle fight every last one of you motherfuckers. Motherfucker, it's crazy how motherfuckers feel threatened. Like, ain't nobody even thinking about these bitch ass motherfuckers over here trying to trade. Because I guarantee the motherfucker trying to trademark Paul Pickett podcast, somebody I know. Somebody who feels threatened by a little 5'4" 150-pound guy soaking wet.
Hey, if you gotta, I'd say if you can't trademark, do the poor man's copyright.
What's that?
You know what I mean? Ship it. Anything you use, put it in the mail, ship it to yourself. It's got a date mark on it. It's got a stamp on it.
What else? So how do I do that again?
You know what I'm saying?
So
Anything.
I just go to the post office and mail something to myself with Paul Pickett podcast. What like just my own like copyrights to it or something?
Yeah. Your name, the images you use, all that stuff for yourself. And then copyright ain't that much. Copyright's $55, $60 now.
I think it is. What's the time frame on that usually though?
I'm not sure, but once it's there, once it's in process,
Okay, he said Ryan said it don't work for trademark, only copyrights. What doesn't work for trademarks, only copyrights, Ryan? Let's get a little bit more context on that comedian guy. Fayettenam's number one fucking comedian, Ryan fucking Minton. I don't know about any of these other motherfuckers working as hard as Ryan Minton. I know that much.
But like I said, anything that proves that you've been doing this before them, you know what I mean?
And it's like, yo, how y'all gonna copyright and trademark some shit that's in my fucking name, man? Like, really, man?
If it takes enough, it's just enough paperwork to make sure you can just kind of stretch them out.
I just know this much. Just know this much. Whoever it is, just hope I don't know you and hope you don't stay in the fucking city. Cause I'm gonna come knocking on your fucking door and I'm gonna bare knuckle your fucking ass. Is an intellectual property. The sentence to yourself is intellectual property, but trademark can be bought. Yeah, that's what I thought. But that's the thing. Like, for you to want to trademark my name and my podcast, it's like, wow. That's some really like bitch ass shit right there, man. Like, that's some bitch ass shit. Like, even if you went and trademarked Live from Fayettenam, all we would do is change the name. You know that, right? And then you had to try to trademark that, and then whatever other name we change. Like, you're not gonna stop us till you put us in the grave. I know that much. We got interviews lined up to what, September?
Yeah. And then we got
You're not gonna stop us, bitches.
Still lining up more. Still working.
And that's the thing. I actually been slacking on interviews of late. I'm about to go ham. People do domain names like third-party ticket sellers. That's the thing. Like, just because you trademark don't mean you own the domain name or the website or none of that shit. But it's like, it's just crazy to me that somebody feels that threatened to have to try to. And to be honest with you, it could be some bullshit because motherfuckers hit me up about trademarking my name, saying somebody's trying to trademark my name.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact that it's the name they said was Paul Pickett Podcast. I almost kind of believe it. Like, there's somebody out here probably trying to trademark my name, and I ain't gonna say no names, but hey, just know, I hope it's worth it. I hope it's worth it.
Crazy.
Ryan said, dude, it could be someone in India. You're right, Ryan. But I'm gonna bare knuckle that motherfucker regardless.
It's going straight to Punjab. Straight to
It could be. I hope they're going, if they try to do a cease and desist order all the way from India. That's what you're gonna get. Fuck you. And if it's anybody in Fayetteville and you try to do a cease and desist, that's what you're gonna get. A fuck you. And then you're gonna get swung on. What he say? Yeah, but they wipe with their hands. Oh man, damn, that's crazy. They wipe with their hands. Do they wipe with their hands? Podcast blood sport. I want to see that podcast blood sport. It ain't gonna be no blood sport, man. It's gonna be a one hitter quitter. It's gonna be a one hitter quitter, man. Jones, I've been hit by a car before, so unless they can hit me harder than a car, man, they fucked. They fucked. Anything you want to go over before we get off here, man?
No, like I said, we're still pushing on the documentary. Still working on the
When are you gonna wrap that
soundtrack.
up, man? When are we looking at to wrap up on that? What are we waiting on? We still got to do a Black Watch interview with somebody else.
Black Watch, and I've got Rick Marvel, and depending on time, maybe Cayenne the Lion King, and maybe Juice Lord. But that's it. That's basically two in the possible.
How many interviews you got on this? How many interviews you got on here, dude?
We're looking at over a couple dozen, I think.
Couple dozen. Are you gonna fit a couple dozen like people on this documentary?
Basically, this is where we get down to the brass tacks. It's going to be like, how we edit everything, and that's going to be the biggest task. How we edit everything, how I, narrate everything to tie everything together. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the biggest task is getting all that together. But
Well, I know
I
this
plan on leaving a lot on the cutting room floor. I want everybody to be represented. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of this, is to make sure to show love to everybody and to really get people a chance to see, the history, because it's important. It needs to be documented. And, hopefully there's a lot of other things that get paired with this film when it's all said and done.
Is anybody not gonna make the cuts? I mean, I know I hope I'm gonna make the cuts over. I'm not gonna say no names, but I better make the cuts over 8-2 bitches. I know that much.
Like I said, I'm trying to represent everybody equally, man. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody needs they time in the sun, regardless of this, that, or the other. So that's that.
That's a lot of people, though, man. Like that's a lot of people. On how long is this documentary gonna be?
We're probably looking at running time of at least 2:30. I think
2 hours, 2.5 hour documentary.
I think so.
I mean, with 24 people, so that's a lot of people on the
like
2.5 hours.
We are. It's going to depend on how it gets edited, how it gets, how I narrate everything, and like I said, we got performances in there as well. So just kind of breaking it up, with the performances and different things. So,
man, I could have sworn I did like a whole hour.
We'll see how everything gets edited and how everything gets done. Everything gets shrunk down. It's like, you do B-roll footage, you do all kinds of things. I mean, think about the show. Think about Rhyme and Reason. There's probably hundreds of hours of footage that they got to turn into those 2 hours and something that both of those movies ran. You know what I'm saying? Beat Street. What else? You know what I'm saying? It's, any other, was it Rhyme? I forgot what the other one was. The one that Ice-T was in, and he promoted. But 16 Bars, any one of those other documentaries where people were just, it's probably hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage. So,
did you do an interview with Stranger the Great?
Yeah, I did a Stranger. So I mean, we're just trying.
So when are we looking at the release date?
I would have loved to have it been done by the end of the year, but I think we're probably just going to do it right, take our time, and next year, you know, saying I'm hoping on the anniversary date of the birthday to hip hop, be able to do something like that. I think that's appropriate,
Okay.
and I hope they have, you know, the soundtrack done and up and finished by that time too. So, you know, shout out to Fat, shout out to BTS. Of course, me and you got to get it. We got to get a joint for that too, man. We gonna knock something out.
I still got, and you know, I still got production. I still got a bunch of beats that I've never recorded on yet.
So
That's like when me and Mr. Jones did that track, Fayettenam Business. Go check it out on all streaming platforms. But yeah, that was a Irv 4 beat. I mean, I still got a bunch of beats from Irv, other beats that I've leased, that I still haven't done nothing to. And I need to record me a new joint here soon too. While I'm bullshitting, you know, just cause, you know, I ain't trying to make it or nothing, but just cause. I mean, I still love to fucking make music.
yeah, I think, you know, and you know, as far as, you know, doing music to make it, I think to me, you got to determine your own success, determine your own level of success, and do music, because you can have 15 million different songs out, and it's new to somebody. Even if you had songs out 20 years ago, it's new to somebody else. So I'm just never going to put a timeline or put some kind of stamp on what I do and why I do it, because there's 8 billion people on this planet. You never know whose ear you're going to hit and how things are going to go. So
Yeah, and you only, that's the thing. Everybody always, it kills me how everybody's always trying to get million followers, this, million plays that. You really don't need that many people, man, as consumers of your music. I mean, I know a like heavy metal, death metal chick that might have about 10,000 people buying digital downloads, buying albums. I mean, we got 10,000 people spend, you know, $20 on something. That's $200,000. That's just off of one piece of item. You know, it's not counting t-shirts, hoodies, hats. I mean, I went to a Jordan Lucas show one time, man, in Durham. He said it was a smaller show for that tour. It's when he was signed to, I think he was signed to Interscope at the time. He had that one album on Interscope. It was the album that had his phone number. That shit was genius too, because motherfuckers started calling that shit like crazy and shit. And it probably was about 150 people at the show in Durham. Every piece of item sold out. Every piece of merch sold out. I bought a t-shirt before I went there, bought my cousin a hat, spent $50 on the meet and greets. And we didn't even stay for the meet and greets because my cousin had to get back to work early the next morning. You think I was mad that we didn't stay for the meet and greets? Nah, man. I was like, yo, the performance was so fucking amazing to me, man. Like my cousin, it was his first rap show. He had his Jordan Lucas hat, which I hope he still got. My shirt got cut up when I got hit by a fucking car and shit. But I was just watching this dude perform and just zoning out. You know, no hype man. None of that shit. He no listener. It ain't a listener party. He's like rapping over every fuck. I mean, he rapping every fucking word. And it was the first concert, man. This is crazy. Like I've been to KRS One concerts, Wu Tang. I've been to so many fucking concerts. It's the first concert I ever been to, and damn near everybody knew every word to every fucking song. Ryan Mint said, "Insane Clown Posse are the kings of merch. Music is crap, but great merch."
don't get cornered in the corner by no juggalos, bro.
That's how
Juggalos
Tech
is
Nine
crazy.
blew up. Tech Nine blew up off of their tour. All right, we about to hit the hour and 30 mark, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Any shout outs you want to do? My lips is red as shit from the red bottom.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jones, Ryan Mitten. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Of course, we got to get Punchline back on here, but shout out to him. We're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, we're gonna reschedule.
Shout out to everybody who's involved in the documentary. Shout out to BTS, Big Cass, Fat. We working on some tracks. So shout out to the Empire. That's my group. We getting ready to work on some tracks for the soundtrack too, as well as trying to see if we can get this next latest group album up and off the ground. And of course, everybody who loves real hip hop, and even if you don't love real hip hop, shout out to you anyway.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Shouts out to Big Cat. Big Cat has been doing some interesting things. Like, he's just been all over the place. Coca-Cola plant. I saw him doing political shit. I mean, it feels a little bit like me before I got into just doing a lot of bare knuckle interviews. I was all over the fucking place and shit. Which I kind of like. I mean, he had the van life and shit, which I fucking envy. I fucking envy the van life, man. Like, if I could just say, get a fucking van and say, fuck this spot, and just have Wi-Fi in the fucking van and fucking travel with my fucking dog, like Big Cass everywhere. Live from Fayettenam, we be live from LA one day. We be live from fucking Seattle another day. We be live from Nevada. I mean, I'll be all over the place. I'll be everywhere, yo. You wouldn't be able to fucking keep up with me if I was fucking van life in it. But unfortunately, I never had a whip. Anybody that knows me, I am a fucking native North Carolina New Yorker. I am a native North Carolina New Yorker. I walk every fucking where I go, even before I got hit by a car and after I got hit by a fucking car. What do we got? Jugheads, Winston-Salem, July 15th, Playhouse, Jacksonville, July 19th, White Rabbit, every Monday, pull up. What are you doing on the Mondays, Mr. J?
Usually I'm out and about, usually working. You know what I mean? It just depends on what's going on.
If you got time on Monday, come up to the White Rabbit, man. That's where they be doing the open mic comedy night, hosted by Ryan Minton. You got JP up there, John Paul Edmondson, and a lot of other cats.
That might be the next move, man. After they wrap this documentary up, we might be moving into the comedy space and see if we can get some folks to maybe want to do comedy, some comedy specials or some comedy content. So
and I need to.
How we can get that on there.
I need to get back into these comedy interviews. He says horrible comedy. But as Ryan knows, y'all comedians, y'all got so much fucking politics, man. Y'all got more politics than bare knuckle fighters. I know that much. And my lips are red as shit right now from the red bottom. Shouts out to Dizzle. Shouts out to the red bottom. We about to wrap it up. We about to hit the 1:30 mark here.
Sneak up on you.
Yeah, shouts out to us, live from Fayettenam. Trillanoyx Trax will be here tomorrow doing live music reviews. We're gonna red lips pause. Yeah, pause. We're gonna basically reach back out to Punchline and reschedule them. Once I get off here, I'm about to reach out to Lil Dap and a couple of these other people, see if we can lock in some more interviews and whatnot. And check us out every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're probably going to move that back to 6 p.m. and whatnot. And we're going to be moving to Sundays here real soon and whatnot. But anything else you want to say before we go?
That's it.
Peace. We out with my red lips.
Beats by Trill, straight Killerville, dog. Beats by Trill, straight Killerville.